still feel talking over on that side of the room.
Yeah, me too.
No, I just was
We're just so friendly with Lord.
I'm just curious what he's going to be giving a speech on.
Hey guys, doesn't this look good?
It does, I like it.
Is this the start? Is this the start?
I'm starting, go ahead.
Okay.
Doesn't that look good?
Nice. Yeah.
Ooh, ah.
I want some color.
Well, shortly, this is from a news station. It's called KSEE 24 News. And the story goes, shortly before midnight, Saturday, an SUV with 5 teens inside veered out of control on a narrow road near Kerma, killing Melina Sandoval, 19, Nadira and Thomas Nazarov, 14, of Kerma. The CHP said the car was speeding down McKinley Avenue near Sycamore when the front passenger grabbed the steering wheel, wheeled it, and jerked it to the right, causing the driver to lose control. The SUV flipped several times, ejecting both Sandoval and Nazarov, who were riding in the back seat from the car. The driver and another passenger suffered minor and moderate injuries and were taken to the Community Regional Medical Center. Investigators said none of the 3 teens in the back seat were wearing seatbelts at the time of the accident. It was also determined that all 5, including the driver, had been, because of the circumstances surrounding the accident, the driver could be facing felony DUI and vehicular manslaughter charges. So it looks good, right? But we know that that's not true, obviously. We are members of the Latter-day Saint Church. According to alcoholalert.com, nearly 14,000 deaths were reported in the year 2008 because of drunk driving. And also according to alcoholalert.com, the same website, this is unbelievable, and when I read it, I could scarcely believe it. 1 person every 40 minutes is killed by drunk driving in the United States. And I had no idea it was that severe. But stories like what we just heard happen all over the world, not just in the United States. And it shocks me when I read about how many people get involved with this, about what the simple penalties are for doing it. Too many people are getting away with just a slap on their wrist, and they're not getting what they deserve. So that begs the question, if so many people keep dying every year, then why do people still do it? It doesn't make too much sense to me. I forgot my scriptures, but there's a scripture in Alma, maybe I can quote it, that says, now if there was no law that a man should murder, should he and be punished, would he be afraid to murder? You guys get the hint, right? Basically, if there's no law, nobody's going to be afraid to break the law because there isn't any punishment for it. In Utah, according to the, it's called the DUI Driving Laws. It's a website called DUI.drivinglaws.org. And in Utah, there's 4 penalties for drunk driving, and I think they're pretty pathetic. For the first offense, you can either get 48 hours in jail, which is pretty ridiculous, because, I mean, you're committing an act that could have taken away somebody's life, or 48 hours of community service, or the minimum of a $700 fine, or your license suspended for 6 months. And I mean, those are all good penalties and all, but for somebody, I mean, if you were to go out and wave a gun around in a parking lot, and it randomly went off, it just wouldn't. You'd have a lot more severe penalties than just that. In my own opinion, I think if we increase the penalties for drunk driving, we would find a lot less people would actually commit the crime itself. I know that in Utah, and some of us, obviously we don't have a lot of friends who drive drunk, or we don't have a lot of friends who get drunk all the time. But I've seen it when I'm on vacation or something, or if I can suspect somebody who's driving drunk. Or even you guys have seen it, and I know you guys probably have friends in high school who are drunk sometimes. But my call to action to you guys is just if you see it, just call it out. And some of the reasons you may not call it out is because you're afraid that the person will somehow cause physical damage to you, because physical damage will somehow react to you in a negative way. It might scare you, or you might be afraid to, or the other reason is that you might be just apathetic. You might just not care. But I mean, seriously, it could be, your brother or your mother's life that you're saving that night if you don't call something about it. that's my call to action, you guys, is just to say that. And commercials don't really say anything about it. The only thing that they usually say is drink responsibly at the end of each commercial. And that's, I don't think that's enough. But I'm just going to end with a quote by Augustine J. Dugain. It says, "Pleasure which must be enjoyed at the expense of another's pain